Alrighty, so welcome to lesson 2 of psychology, I guess 101 is what I'm going to call this. This is the psychological method I developed throughout my 20s, which has helped me recover from a lot of significant past traumas in my life and past issues. I've been able to heal myself and work through different things because of the things that I will be displaying to you. I did chart this all out. So this is an emotional scale, and something to kind of understand is that the thoughts that you have create the feelings that you feel. Those feelings lead to the words that come out of your mouth, and those words lead to either an action or a lack of action. Okay, you either stick to your word or you don't. And then those actions, cumulative, define who you are as a character. So ultimately, to live the best life that you can possibly live, it's about habit stacking in the positive as much as possible. So constantly improving yourself to the ability that you can maintain consistency, not just to be the highest of the high, but to be consistent in growth. So if you look at this from top to bottom, lowest emotion all the way to the highest emotion. So these are emotions: fear, grief, and depression. Again, I don't want anybody to, if you feel these emotions, don't feel shame about feeling those emotions, okay? That's still just as bad, okay? Guilt, shame, it's the same kind of thing, okay? When you're pushing yourself down emotionally, it is because your brain is dealing with thoughts very heavily on the past, or anxiety is overthinking about the future and how everything's going to play out for you, because you really don't have anything but now. You have the present moment. Okay, so when you're feeling a lot of fear, grief, and depression, it's either from anxiety or from overthinking your past or overthinking your future. So try to just bring yourself to the present moment. Where are you right now? And I know it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do, but the main key is that per subject, you want to work your way up to the top on this. So from fear, grief, and depression, feeling guilt and jealousy is a little bit better. Not much, but oftentimes people say they feel a lot better when they get angry, because when you're depressed, you feel helpless. You feel like there's literally nothing that you can do in order to get out of your situation. When your anger is coming up, the anger is coming up because you feel a lack of justice for yourself, that you feel that you're worth more than what's happening to you, but you're not experiencing it. So internally, there's an anger and a frustration of, I'm worth more than this, I deserve more. So you release that emotion through your anger. Okay, so moving up a little bit, you have worry, doubt, disappointment, frustration. All of these are of the same vein. There's just different levels to them. Anger is a lot more intense than frustration. Pessimism and boredom, this is where we start getting more into the neutral emotions, and even contentment too. That's why I have contentment in a lighter green here. They're lighter emotions, and none of them are bad necessarily. And I don't want to say any of these are bad either. Take the mindset of good versus bad out of this. This isn't a positive negative scale. This is an emotion scale about how you feel as an individual. So humans as a whole feel the best when we are acting in authenticity, when we can fully be ourselves, fully let loose. And that's, some people do it with their friends, with their family. Like, it depends on who you fit and feel good around. But oftentimes when you have negative experiences throughout your life, you pull yourself from authenticity down into these ranges here. And it does take you some time to work your way up and through all of these different emotions. So building up into contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive expectation, all of these are great things. This is when you start getting into the real good stuff here. So they're actually able to test this. Authenticity is significantly more powerful of an emotion than love is. This is oftentimes why just being yourself is so attractive, because the reason why is that we as human beings are mirrors of each other. So when I'm acting my authentic self as authentically as I can, it attracts the authenticity out of the people I interact with, because we're mirroring each other. And most people, through the way our system is developed, have developed this mindset and this mentality that it's not about connecting with other people or being ourselves. It's about fitting in and making sure that we don't mess anything up and that we don't hurt people and that we don't offend people. So we slowly progress ourselves down this whole passion, this whole thing, because we start, a lot of people here, a lot of people in America especially, we float in this kind of light positiveness. Oftentimes it's very facade, kind of fake. And then you'll see one of these people like, I'm really happy and in love and everything's great. And then their life crashes and burns really, really intensely. And this is why life is just a slow moving thing. It's a slowly unfolding thing, just layer after layer after layer. So your brain is an organ, and you really have to massage that organ. And if you yourself are dealing with tremendous levels of depression or anxiety, just understand you want to bring yourself to the present moment. You're thinking too much in the past or about the future. Bring yourself to the here and now as much as you possibly can, and continuously work your way up this chart as much as you can into whatever subjects you can. If you can't figure it out with the subjects that are weighing on you, say you have an issue with your family and you're just not able to really click with them, you're not able to get along with them, and it makes you really, really depressed. Or maybe you lost a loved one and you're feeling a very heavy amount of grief. So whenever you even bring up the subject of the person that you lost, it's weighing on you very, very heavily. And there's absolutely zero shame in that. That is absolutely human and absolutely natural. But understand the emotion progresses into a worse emotion. It gets worse and worse the longer you hold on to it. Yes, please grieve, please feel the emotions that you need to, release them, but understand you'll have to get yourself back up to these points as time progresses, and it is on you. Nobody's coming to save you, nobody's coming to make your life any different. You got to figure it out for yourself, and it's tough. We live in a society and a system that actively did not teach us these things, so we have to learn them now as adults. And if you're a young person watching this, please learn these things now, because it only gets harder. Like, if you can't get these emotions and these thoughts under control early, they just get worse and worse and worse, and you kind of just build on them through these weird belief systems you develop in your own head. And what I had to do through a lot of my 20s was unfold and unlayer a lot of those negative belief systems that held me down here. And I do want to say this too. At times, I wasn't fully down here. I was partially up here and partially here and partially here and sometimes here. And so it was all over the place. And honestly, sometimes it's still all over the place. But I've noticed through time, the amount of things that come from this place are much, much, much less. I just have to keep working my way up through this. And then obviously for myself, this is psychology. This is the science of the emotion. I will say that from the Christian perspective, a big thing that was very clear to me is that if God is willing to die, he loves you so much, he's willing to die for all of your pain, grief, and sin, everything that pulls you out of authenticity. He's holding it for you. So now you can finally let it go. And I think that alone was one of the biggest clear signs for me that Jesus was king. And it really is very clear in that sense, because the more you are able to feel the authenticity and the love and the faith and the appreciation from God in your own view, the more it ripples out into the people around you. And so using that as the thing to fill your whole cup will do a tremendous amount of good in your life. At the same time, if it's not God that helps you, because you have a lot of religious trauma that keeps you in the fear, grief, and depression stuff, then don't worry about that portion of it right now. He does love you regardless, and he'll always be there waiting for you, ready when the time is ready, and he will come when it's your time. But don't worry about that. Worry about more, how do I feel not like this and more like this in every aspect of your life? How do you bring this up to here, from fear to authenticity? And honestly, it took me years of working through stuff, but it made me a much, much happier person on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like it gave me the opportunity to build more and more in my life. So thank you guys. I hope this helps anybody looking for any psychological help or who's just interested in psychology. I do have a few more videos that will be coming out shortly. But thank you so much. Like and subscribe and leave a comment, anything that you might want to know about.